Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us again. Yet another, interactive session with everyone. You're welcome from across Africa. So we don't waste so much time. I'll just introduce my colleagues joining me today, facilitating the session, and we will move straight into the session for today. So today we're having our very first TEF Masterclass series, and we'll be starting with the Business Plan Masterclass, which is learning how to develop a compelling business plan. And we have with us today, facilitating this session, we have Omomi. Omomi is a business transformation expert. She was the same person that helped with the session last year, and she's here again to share her expertise and wealth of knowledge with everyone. Also joining me is Adora Okoli. Adora is the Entrepreneurship Programs Executive at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and she will be co-facilitating the session with me as well. And then we have our amazing Nadia and Foucault, who will be supporting with translations in Portuguese and French, respectively. I'm sure you're very familiar with their faces. So without wasting much time, I would just hand over to Omomi. Omomi will be taking us through the presentation slide she has, and just basically sharing our wealth of knowledge on how to develop a compelling business plan. And I want everybody to please take notes, pay attention. This session is very, very critical and very important, especially for people that have business ideas that do not know how to start their business operations or translate or develop a business plan. So before I hand over to Omomi, I'll just hand over to Nadia and Foucault to quickly translate in French and Portuguese very briefly, and then we hand over to Omomi to take the session. Thank you very much, everyone. And you're welcome again.
Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue pour cette première session de Masterclass du programme TEF pour l'année 2022. Donc, je suis Roland Foucault et cette session va être faite par Omomi, qui est une consultante au cabinet Accenture. Et le thème, c'est comment faire un business plan gagnant, un business plan convaincant. OK, Nadia, you have the floor.
I think Nadia is experiencing a very network glitch. So we will just move to Omomi. So over to you, Omomi. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you once again, Ibuku, and good afternoon, everyone. So I would get started right away. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you all for making it this far, and wishing you the best, even not just from this program, but from your entrepreneurial endeavors. Okay. So, and the reason why I'm doing that is because enterprises are the engine of economic development in Africa. So create jobs and wealth like no other system, no other structure can create. So it's my earnest wish that you succeed, because when you succeed, Africa succeeds. So I'm wishing you, I'm not only congratulating you, I'm wishing you the best even in your business endeavors. So I've been given an hour, less than an hour actually, just to talk about developing a compelling business plan. And I'm going to cover 3 areas. First of all, addressing any concerns or any reservations you might have around developing a business plan. There's some entrepreneurs that see it as a box to tick and just a requirement to fulfill. And the reality is that a business plan is more than that. It can be a planning tool, it can be a thinking tool, it can be a thought clarification tool, and it's a great opportunity to develop a business plan because it does more than just demonstrate your readiness for investment. And then the second part I will explore is getting into how to develop a business plan, and then we're going to explore it from a storytelling approach, because the reality is there are a couple of entrepreneurs that they struggle with creating a business plan because it feels like a technical document. It feels like a lot of information that people are requesting from you, and you are good at what you do as an entrepreneur, your technical side, and then any requests to get into documentation or detailing feels tedious. So the storytelling approach hopefully would help you get into the task of business plan, business modeling easier. It uses an approach that we are familiar with, and it helps you do this. So it's a way to get into business planning in an easier approach. It's an easier approach. And then the last part, which I'll move through very quickly, is a walkthrough of just a typical business plan template and what you want to be thinking about and how you want to be, the information you want to bring to bear as you go through each part of the business plan templates. So with that in mind, let's proceed to the first section. So the first thing, like I mentioned, that I want to address is that perspective, because when you are applying for not just this program, any entrepreneurship program, one of the requirements around demonstrating your readiness for support, not only funding for technical support, is to present a business plan. And like I mentioned, there are a couple of entrepreneurs that kind of feel just see it as a box to tick, and it feels very tedious, and you would rather look for someone else that can help them do it. But I strongly encourage you to get into the work of doing your own business plan for yourself, because beyond being a requirement is also a thinking tool, like I mentioned, and the things that the business plan does. So I've highlighted a couple of things. It's on the next slide. Just next slide, yes. Okay. Oh, my screen is not updating quickly. Yes, great, thank you. This is the slide I was referring to. So, like I mentioned, a business plan is not only a great tool for sharing your business vision with others so they understand. It is just even staying on this point. As an entrepreneur, depending on whatever stage you are at, you might still be at the stage where you are doing a lot of things. You're the one person doing a lot of things in your business. But you're going to realize that when you are delivering what you're doing well, you're delivering your product right, you're delivering your service right, your customer base will expand, your business will grow, and then you're going to find that you need more people to support. And as more people are coming in, more employees are coming in, you need people that understand your vision. You need people, you want to hire people that will come in and execute your vision, not the vision, not another vision. And that business plan, amongst other things, is a way of ensuring that you all understand, there's a shared understanding on what needs to be done to bring the business to reality. And in addition to that, your business plan shows conviction, demonstrates, just like has already been mentioned, demonstrates to others that you're committed to this entrepreneurship journey. Because it's one thing to have a business idea. There are a couple of people that would say they have a business idea, but that business plan or that document or any form of documentation, it's your own way of showing that I am committed to this journey. I have not only thought of my business plan, but I've also thought of my business idea. I've also thought of the things I need to do to bring that idea to reality, the operations, the production, the marketing I need to do, the market research I need to do, the team I need to put together. So it's a way of quickly convincing people. And when you're able to convince people that you are committed to the journey, you find that you gain support, the support you need, the partnerships, the investments, the advisors you need very quickly when you're able to demonstrate that commitment to your business journey. All right. So I'm going to pause here before I get into the other 2 points. I'm going to pause here for translation. Nadia, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, having some issue with the network, but we try to be able to do it. Ok, boa tarde a todos. Bem-vindos à primeira Masterclass da TEF deste ano.
Yes, okay.
Ok. Nesta apresentação de hoje temos a Ibukun, que é o gerente do programa que vocês conhecem, a Daora, que é a pessoa que normalmente lida convosco no dia a dia, e a Olouni, que vai fazer a apresentação do programa de hoje sobre o plano de negócio. O Foco vai fazer a tradução para francês e eu ajudarei com a tradução para português. Bom, por que o plano de negócio? Esta apresentação está dividida em 3 conteúdos, basicamente. O porquê do plano de negócio, o storytelling, que é o contador de história, fazer uma forma de apresentar o plano de negócio de uma forma mais atraente e, finalmente, rever o plano de negócio, ok? Quer dizer, um modelo do plano de negócio que vocês poderão usar no futuro. Por que desenvolver um plano de negócio? Porque uma ideia pode existir, mas a forma como nós a comunicamos pode fazer dela tornar-se a realidade ou não, fazê-la ser vendível ou não, ok? Então, é muito importante ter o plano de negócio porque é uma demonstração de tudo aquilo que nós realmente pensamos e concebemos acerca do negócio. O que um plano de negócio faz? Ele mostra a nossa convicção, mostra que nós estamos realmente embebidos nessa ideia, mostra o que nós já fizemos, o que nós podemos fazer, ela transfere toda a informação sobre o negócio. E é a ferramenta que nós podemos usar para chegar até investidores, a bancos, possíveis parceiros e por aí. Portanto, é um documento muito importante quando se trata de transmitir a nossa ideia de negócio. Obrigada. Foco, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. Donc, aujourd'hui, comme on vous a dit, nous allons voir comment élaborer un business plan gagnant. Et pour cela, on va l'aborder à travers 3 thèmes. Le premier thème, ça va être pourquoi est-ce que vous devez élaborer un business plan. Le deuxième sera une approche de racontage d'une histoire, l'histoire de votre vie, pour pouvoir élaborer un business plan. Et la troisième partie, ça sera le cheminement pour pouvoir avoir un canevas pour un bon business plan. Donc, on a donc commencé par le pourquoi. Pourquoi est-ce que vous devez élaborer un business plan? Vous devez élaborer un business plan parce que vous voulez partager votre vision avec les partenaires, avec les investisseurs. Et vous devez savoir que le business plan, c'est d'abord pour vous-même. C'est un outil pour vous-même afin de maîtriser votre projet. Et c'est aussi un outil qui permet premièrement de pouvoir avoir la conviction sur votre projet, de montrer combien et comment vous êtes engagé pour votre propre projet. Donc ça, c'est le premier point. Deuxième point, dans pourquoi est-ce que vous devez élaborer un business plan? Vous devez savoir que le business plan, c'est un outil qui vous permet de montrer aux partenaires et aux investisseurs votre rapport personnel et surtout de leur démontrer que vous pouvez supporter et maîtriser votre projet. La troisième chose, c'est de pouvoir dire clairement et indiquer les étapes à suivre pour que votre projet soit totalement opérationnel. Donc voilà, de façon très synthétique, pourquoi est-ce que vous devez élaborer un business plan gagnant? Okay, thank you. You have the floor.
Thank you, Foko. Okay, and just before we round off on this slide, I think the last point I wanted to make was still reiterating the point that your business plan is your thinking, and it's very useful thinking tool and help you think to the critical steps that you need to take as a business owner to operationalize your business strategy. And then I wanted to share with an example. I wanted to lead with an example that if you're into apparel or you are into packaged foods, and then you notice your competitors tend to localize themselves, they tend to stay in one region, and your dream is to expand to other regions, your business plan development process is going to force you to think through how you're going to actualize this. You think of options, you write them down, you review them, you look at them, you refine them, and you keep refining it until you get a workable plan. It's not very easy to refine plans one day in your head. So the business plan writing enhances your business modeling outcomes, and it ensures that you get a workable business model for your business. So with that in mind, I'm then going to move to the next section where next section, which is around using a storytelling approach to business plan development. And I'll start with this. So the storytelling approach is for the entrepreneurs that struggle with crafting a business plan. You see your business plan templates, you see it looks very heavy on documentation, it feels very technical. And one easy way to approach the art of business plan development is to think of your business plan as the story of your business. And think of it like you're telling the story of how your business has evolved, what's brought about it. And one framework that you can use to tell the story of your business is the 5W1H storytelling framework. The 5W1H storytelling framework, it's a tool used by journalists and by authors, and it helps writers develop well-rounded stories that their readers can comprehend and connect with. So if you're ever thinking of, if anyone asks you, an investor, a potential partner, an advisor asks you about your business, what's your business about? And you find that you're struggling to explain the business in detail, explain it to a point where the person picks up interest, they see how unique or how interesting your business idea is, you can use the 5W1H storytelling approach. And then the 5W1H storytelling approach is by ensuring that you're answering 6 questions about your business: the why of your business, the what, the where, the how, the who, and the when. And then we're going to spend some time talking about what's the why. When I say what's the why of your business, when I say what's the why of your business, what does the why of your business mean? The why of your business is your reason for being in business. It is what you saw in the market. It is the pain point you saw, the problem you saw your customers facing, or the gap you saw in the market that made you realize, oh, okay, I can bring out this product or this service and people will pay for it. So your why is your reason for starting your business. And when you're thinking of your business plan, or you're thinking of how to tell the story of your business, have an answer for the why question. The next question that you want to have an answer for, you want to think of how to craft your answer for, is the what of your business. And when I say the what of your business, the what of your business is your what, W-H-A-T. It's your product or service, what exactly you are selling, your business offering. And the what of your business, there are 3 dimensions you want to be able to describe it: to the features, the functions, and the benefits. So the features, what does it look like? What does this business look like? What does this product or service look like? If it's a service, what range are you offering? What are the options? If it's a function, how does it work? So aside from your features, your functions, the function of your product or service, how does it work? What does it look like in operation? And then the benefits, that is, how is it delivering value? What's your value proposition? How is your product or service answering your business, your customers' needs? So at this point in time, I think I'll pause for translations. Thank you. Nadia,
Yes.
over to you.
Thank you. Okay, can you please go back to, okay, thank you. Ok, então, vamos começar. Nós já entendemos o porquê, a importância de termos um plano de negócio. É o documento que nós conseguimos com ele obter financiamento, ir ao banco, obter parceiros e por aí. Agora nós vamos tentar entender esse uso do contador de história para nós podermos vender o nosso negócio. Então, o que é que significa contar a história do negócio? É basicamente justificar o porquê que eu venho trazer esse negócio, através de questões como o porquê, o quem, onde, como. Respondendo a essas questões, nós estaremos basicamente a responder, a dar resposta, a contar uma história sobre o nosso negócio. Okay? É basicamente esse processo para que nós possamos transmitir a qualquer um que esteja a ouvir uma história sobre o nosso negócio. E essa história, esse modelo de contador de história, storytelling, é usado hoje em dia, tanto na indústria das artes, como no cinema, a escritura de livros e por aí. É basicamente um modelo mais eficiente para se transmitir uma ideia de negócio e fazê-la vendível. Ok? Foco, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, sur le point concernant l'histoire que vous devez raconter, la deuxième partie, vous devez savoir que l'approche qu'on vous conseille pour pouvoir faire votre business plan, c'est de faire comme si c'était un film, c'est le film de votre affaire que vous voulez raconter. Par conséquent, nous vous recommandons d'avoir un certain nombre de questionnements. Ces questionnements, c'est quoi? C'est par exemple le pourquoi. Quoi, le où, le comment, le qui et le quand. Pour ce qui concerne par exemple le pourquoi, c'est la raison d'être de votre projet. Et cette raison d'être, c'est la clientèle. Est-ce qu'il y a une clientèle à qui vos produits doivent s'adresser? Est-ce qu'il y a un manque sur le marché? Est-ce qu'il y a un besoin que vous avez identifié sur le marché et pour lequel il faut apporter une certaine satisfaction? Donc, voilà la raison pour laquelle votre entreprise a été créée et ça, vous devez l'indiquer dans votre business plan. Donc, la deuxième chose, c'est le quoi. Le quoi correspond ici, en fait, à ce que vous offrez. Qu'est-ce que vous offrez sur le marché? Quels sont vos produits ou bien quels sont vos services? Et pour cela, vous devez donc veiller à ressortir les caractéristiques de votre produit ou de votre service. Et à côté de cela, vous devez aussi savoir quels sont les segments de marché auxquels vous vous adressez. Et quand vous avez ces segments de marché, vous devez pouvoir définir quelles sont les vertus ou les bénéfices que les clients du segment que vous avez identifié, quelles sont les vertus que vos produits ou vos services leur apportent. Donc, on va donc prendre pour la suite. Thank you. You have the floor, Omoni.
Thank you, Foko. So I spoke about the why and the what. When you're trying to answer the question of the where of your business, the where of your business is asking about your target markets. Where do you want to situate your business, or where do you want your business to be located in? So, and where do you want your business to be located, and what customers do you want to target with your business? And the things to consider as you're describing the where of your business is the size, the where of your markets, the where of your business, which is your markets. The things to describe are the size, the market size. How big is it in dollar value, or maybe even a number of customers? How many customers do you believe are going to be interested in purchasing your product or service? Also, the segment, what category of the markets are you addressing? And you can choose to segment your market by age or by socioeconomic class or different dimensions. But it's good to be thinking about where exactly you want to focus on your markets, because the whole world cannot be your market. Everyone cannot be your market. So it is good to have a good sense of who in this market, who in the A market, that market being everyone that can afford to pay for goods and services, who will be interested in this product or service I'm delivering. And then the last thing you want to think about is the state of your market. By state, I mean, how easy is your business, your market to enter? Who are the other people already in your market? Who are your competitors, and what are they doing? And what are you going to do that is different from what your competitors are doing? Also, you also want to think of the SWOTs, the strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities in that market. And move on to the how of your business. How are you going to accomplish? How are you going to bring your business to reality? How are you going to accomplish your business ideas? And your how will cover how you plan to source for your raw materials or any inputs that you require in developing your product or service. If you're a service business, your sourcing would be how you're going to get people to how you're going to get people that how you're going to train the people that are going to deliver the services. Then your how can also be how you produce. Your how is also going to answer how you're going to produce your product or service. The next part of your the next thing you want to answer in your how is how you're going to promote your business, because you can build the product or develop the service, but if you don't spread the word or let people know that it's available, no one will know about it. So how are you going to do that? What marketing, what advertising techniques are you going to use to get your product out? How will you sell? And how are you going to support those that purchase your product or service? The who of your business is your team. Those are the people that are around you, the people that you are hiring to build, to operate, to manage your business. And when you're thinking, when you are answering the question of the goal of the business, you want to be able to talk about, for each of the people that are going to be involved, people on your team, what their responsibilities are going to be, what skills and what prior experience, what particular experience they have that that would help them deliver value in your business. And finally, the when of your business, and the when is around your goals. So what are your milestones for your business? Your milestones can be of 4 categories. It could be financial milestones. What is your revenue milestone? By the end of this year, what's the target revenue you want to have had, or target profits? Your milestones could also be customer growth related. Maybe you plan to grow to a customer base of 1,000 customers, 1,000 active customers by a particular period. Your milestones could also be for your operational expansion or enhancement, that you want to buy new equipment, you want to expand your facilities, your outlets, or the locations where you can be found. And your milestones could also be talent related, that is, you want to train your employees, or you want to hire sufficient employees to be able to deliver more products and services. So before I move on to the next section, I'm going to pause for translations here. Nadia, over to you.
Thank you. Okay, we can stay in this slide. That's perfect. Ok, então, como dissemos há pouco, na resolução, na escrita do plano de negócio, você tem que responder a essas questões como o porquê. Por que você decidiu trazer esse negócio? O que ele vai trazer de novo para a população, para o teu cliente? Ok? O que? É um serviço? É um produto? Que tipo de benefício vai trazer? O que ele difere dos outros que já existem no mercado? Quando você pensa no onde, ou where, não, onde, é olhar para o tamanho do teu mercado, é olhar para a localização do teu negócio. Onde é que você vai localizar? O que você precisa na área onde vai localizar? Qual é o mercado que você pretende alcançar? Porque você não pode alcançar todo o mercado. Você tem que reduzir o teu segmento, teu nicho. Tem que definir o teu nicho e trabalhar com o teu nicho. Segmentar bem o teu nicho em relação à idade, ao gênero e tudo. O como quer dar resposta basicamente a o que você terá como recursos para o teu negócio. Quais serão os teus fornecedores? Como é que será o processo de produção? Como é que você vai promover o teu produto para chegar ao teu cliente? Como é que você vai comunicar? Como é que você vai vender? E em termos de clientes, o apoio que o cliente precisa, como é que você vai dar esse suporte? Portanto, aqui você vai dar resposta a todos esses pontos. E o quem basicamente está a se referir ao teu time, à tua equipa. A equipa você vai olhar que equipa, que responsabilidades essas pessoas têm, que habilidades elas têm e que habilidades faltam. Como é que eu vou fazer? E já aqui, a transicionar para o quando você está a falar dos marcos ou dos objetivos, as metas a alcançar, você tem que, entre elas, olhar para os talentos. Você vai pensar, olha, eu tenho pessoas que faltam habilidades dessa, okay? Que treinamento podem ter? Quando é que podem ter? Eu quero crescer em termos de negócio, quando? Como? Com que parcerias? Em termos de cliente, a mesma coisa, você deve olhar para o quando é que eu pretendo atingir X de cliente. Quando é que eu vou expandir o meu negócio? Basicamente, é respondendo a essas questões que você terá o teu plano de negócio mais ou menos organizado ou alinhavado. Obrigada. Foco, over to you.
Ok, donc nous allons continuer avec le où. Lorsque vous faites votre business plan, il est important que vous puissiez cibler quel est votre marché. Donc, quel est le marché cible à qui vos produits doivent s'adresser. Et ce marché cible, retenez-le, c'est un marché qui doit toujours être en fort potentiel. On ne s'investit pas, on ne crée pas une entreprise dans un marché qui ne va pas s'accroître dans le futur. Donc, la taille du marché doit être importante et vous devez y veiller. Donc, tout à l'heure, comme je l'expliquais, il y a aussi le segment de marché. Vous devez déterminer à qui s'adressent vos produits et déterminer où est-ce que vous pouvez les trouver afin de leur adresser vos produits. Ça, c'est le marché cible. Maintenant, nous avons le comment. Dans le comment, il est question que vous puissiez, dans votre business plan, raconter comment est-ce que vous allez avoir la matière première, comment est-ce que vous allez procéder à la production, comment vos produits vont être transformés, comment est-ce que vous allez vendre. C'est des points sur lesquels vous devez revenir et le business plan gagnant, c'est un business plan qui permet de ressortir tous ces aspects. Et bien évidemment, vous devez aussi indiquer quelle est toute la logistique à mettre à la disposition de votre entreprise afin qu'elle puisse atteindre les objectifs qu'elle s'est fixés. À côté de cela, il faut bien sûr de la ressource humaine. Là, nous allons répondre à la question qui. Qui sont les personnes qui vont permettre que l'entreprise soit opérationnelle? À ce moment, les responsabilités doivent être définies. Les compétences nécessaires pour que votre entreprise puisse fonctionner, vous devez les indiquer. Aussi bien que l'expérience passée. Donc, vous devez indiquer quelle est l'expérience des personnes que vous allez utiliser. Si vous avez déjà leur CV, vous devez indiquer. Et pour finir, au niveau du camp. Le camp ici correspond plus aux étapes importantes. C'est-à-dire à quel moment allez-vous atteindre certains indicateurs clés que vous avez mis à la base dans les phases précédentes. À ce moment-là, il est question de revenir sur tout ce qui est croissance. Comment va se passer la croissance de la clientèle? Comment va se passer la croissance globale de l'entreprise? Comment va se passer la croissance des talents, c'est-à-dire les compétences que vous avez mis en place dans votre entreprise, les personnes, les ressources humaines que vous avez recrutées? Est-ce que vous avez un plan de carrière pour cette ressource-là? Là, il faut l'indiquer. Et pour finir, tout ça doit être mis ensemble afin que le business plan soit un business plan gagnant. Omoyumi, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. So over to the last section, which is a walkthrough of the business plan template. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you're writing a business plan, you will typically encounter 7 sections in the business plan. Your business plan document will typically start with your executive summary, and then you would be asked to provide a description of your company, explain your products and services, do a bit of analysis, show a bit of analysis of your market and industry, show your operational plan, and then your management and team, and then your milestones and financial projections. So we move on to each section. So we're going to talk to each section in a bit of detail. So your executive summary, it will provide usually 1 or 2 pages. It's usually very brief. It is the first thing people would see when they open your business plan, but it's usually the last thing you write, because your business plan is a summary of every other thing in your executive summary is a summary of every other thing in your business plan. So it would include brief notes on your product, on your market, on competitors, plans, financial projections, and goals. So it's best when it's written last. Over to the next slide. The next section is your company description. And your company description has specific entities that use specific details, your year of incorporation, the type of business entity, the location, your location of incorporation, your company size, and then your company ownership. And then you typically, in this company description section, talk about your vision statement, your mission, and your core values as a business. So your mission and your core values. And I was thinking it might be worth addressing, because again, the vision statement is something that a good number of businesses and a good number of entrepreneurs tend to struggle with as well in crafting a mission statement. So if you have a mission statement already crafted, that's fine and good. But if you're still wondering how to craft your mission statement, I have a couple of tips that for you to keep in mind. So your mission statement is usually linking to a higher outcome, a further outcome, which is the quality of life outcome for your customers, your stakeholders, and society. So typically, as you're running your business now, you know that the value that you can see that your business is generating is that it's generating goods and services for your customers, and it's generating money or inflow or cash flow for you. But beyond that, your business is a tool for impact, broader impact in the society. It's a tool, it is helping your customers improve the quality of life. Either helping them get access to better nutrition, it's either bringing some kind of convenience, helping them get access certain services faster. It sometimes is even helping them be more informed. So if you have an education or a training business, beyond just offering training modules, training classes, you are accomplishing a much more broader goal of improving the level of literacy, improving the level of knowledge in society. So think about the longer term impacts of your business beyond the goods and services and the cash flow that you generate. So the mission statements of most global businesses, they tend to connect to a quality of life outcome for not just their customers, but for their stakeholders and the society. So they think about the final impacts that business, that good and service is going to generate to the broader society. So spend some time thinking about that, and I'm sure you would come up with a mission statement. You'll come up with a vision statement. Okay, over to the next, products and services. So on your products and services, in addition to the features, the benefits, the functionalities that you have in mind, also think about the different variants that you have of your goods and services, whether they're driven by features of pricing. For instance, you might be might be a packaged food business, or you might be offering training services. Sometimes you won't have just one training model that you're offering. You will have different sizes. You have an option for people to add on other courses or remove other courses, or make them shorter, make them longer. So talk about the different variants of your products and services, and describe how they operate. So you want to give that level of detail in your products and services section of your business plan. So I will pause here for translations. Over to you, Nadia.
Thank you. Ok. Agora nós vamos ver uma forma sumarizada, uma forma bastante reduzida, como é que um plano de negócio, um modelo de um plano de negócio. Então, o plano de negócio, este é o índice, não é? Os capítulos que deve conter. Deve conter um sumário executivo, deve conter uma descrição ou detalhes da empresa, deve falar dos produtos e serviços, fazer uma análise do mercado e da indústria, um plano operacional, deve falar da equipa e depois quais são os marcos ou as projeções financeiras, ok? No sumário executivo, o que é que deve conter? Basicamente, o sumário executivo é a última coisa a ser escrita num plano de negócio. Atenção, o sumário executivo, apesar de aparecer primeiro, mas é a última coisa que é escrita, porque é escrita depois de se fazer escrever todos os outros capítulos, e faz aqui um sumário, como o próprio nome diz, um resumo daquilo que em cada capítulo. Vai falar do objetivo, do produto, vai falar do plano, vai falar das finanças, marketing, tudo por aí. No detalhes da empresa, é basicamente dar uma visão geral da empresa. Aí vai colocar, vai dizer o que é a empresa, o ano em que ela foi fundada, desde quando é que ela está no mercado, e no máximo 2 páginas falar sobre a empresa, se tiver já visão e missão, objetivos da empresa, tudo isso deve entrar neste capítulo. E a seguir nós temos os produtos e serviços. O que é que nós vamos ver no produto e serviço? No produto e serviço, depende do que você vende, se é o produto ou se é o serviço, obviamente, só um deles vai aparecer aí. Você deve falar aqui dos seus produtos, do seu serviço ou do seu serviço de forma mais detalhada possível. Se você tem uma variedade do serviço ou uma variedade de produto, você deve descrevê-los todos. Você deve falar dos benefícios, você deve falar dos preços, você deve dar toda a informação relevante acerca dos teus produtos ou serviços neste capítulo. Ok? Foco, over to you.
Pour ce qui est du business plan en lui-même, nous allons retenir que le business plan peut être fait en 7 sections. La première section, ça va être le résumé exécutif. La deuxième section va être la description de l'entreprise. La troisième, les produits et services. La quatrième, les marchés et l'analyse de l'industrie. Après, le plan des opérations, s'en suivant l'équipe de gestion et enfin les étapes importantes et les projections financières. Pour ce qui est maintenant de la section 1, sur le résumé exécutif, vous devez savoir que le résumé exécutif, idéalement, s'écrit à la fin, quand votre business plan est fini. À ce moment-là, vous prenez donc quelques éléments frappants. Par exemple, vous parlez de l'idée de projet, vous pouvez donner un peu quelques brefs sur le produit, le marché, sur la concurrence et sur la finance de votre entreprise. Ça, c'est le résumé qui ne doit pas faire plus de 2 pages. 1 ou 2 pages, c'est bon. Et comme on vous l'a dit, idéalement, on l'écrit à la fin. Pour ce qui est de la description de l'entreprise en section 2, la description de l'entreprise, c'est un aperçu de votre entreprise. Vous devez pouvoir donner, par exemple, les domaines d'activité, pouvoir indiquer, si votre entreprise est déjà créée, vous devez donner la date de création, indiquer le registre de commerce, indiquer votre statut, tout votre régime fiscal, les documents que vous avez reçus de l'administration. Vous devez aussi parler des valeurs de l'entreprise et de la mission de l'entreprise. Bien évidemment, indiquer s'il y a des actionnaires, quelles sont les différentes parts de ces actionnaires. À la suite, en section 3, vous devez pouvoir parler des produits et des services. Concernant les produits et les services, il faut pouvoir parler des caractéristiques de votre produit ou de votre service. Indiquer quels sont les bénéfices, qu'est-ce que ces produits apportent comme satisfaction à la clientèle que vous avez identifiée. Ça résout quoi comme problème? Vous devez indiquer ce que ça apporte comme résolution de besoin et indiquer enfin les fonctionnalités des produits que vous mettez sur le marché. Donc, voilà les différents éléments qui pouvaient intervenir dans ces 3 sections. Omoyumi, you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I continue with the market and industry analysis. So the thing you want to keep in mind is to size your market based on the segments that you can reasonably address. There are a couple of entrepreneurs, they fall into the trap of citing global numbers. Let's say, for instance, you are a cosmetics business or you're a food business, and then you look at a global report that says the size of the industry, the global food industry is 27.3 trillion or something of the sort, and then you use that number. It's not a helpful thing to do because it's not really giving us a sense of the market that you want to address. So try and size your market as much as possible to the segments that you can address. The segments you can address would be maybe your entire country, depending on your business. It could be just a region in your country, or if you're an online business, you understand the range of areas that you can deliver. You would, even though you're online, the delivery might be, it might be a physical good that you might still need to, you still be limited by where you can deliver it to. But size your market appropriately, and you can do this by using different market sizing approaches. The next area would be your operations plan. So think of your value proposition, the value proposition that you defined at the beginning, where you had started with the customer, the pain points, or the customer problem that you're trying to solve through your product or service, and the value proposition. Your value proposition can be different things. So sometimes there's already a similar good or service in your market, or you want to provide your own business, your own good and service product or service wants to be faster or cheaper or more accessible or more convenient to use. So whatever that value proposition is, think what it's going to take operationally to deliver it. Let it be reflected in your operational plan. So if, for instance, you are selling a product that retails at maybe 400 in your location, or you want to be able to enter the market and sell at 350, what are you going to do differently from those that are selling at 400? And let's see how you have reflected that in your business plan so that it's clear that you have thought through how you want to bring your business from idea to reality. And then make sure, the last part on operations is make sure your advertising and distribution tactics are suited for your target markets and products. So if you are providing a product or service that is targeted at the elderly, maybe you are old people's home or elderly nursing services. If you want to advertise, the buyers of those services could be on social media. So you can advertise on social media. So that's one typical example. But depending on what product or service that you are, that your business is producing, think of where the buyers of that service are and ensure that your marketing and your promotional activities, your discounts, your flyers, your banners, your ads are targeting those people in your market, and make sure it's reflected in your business plan. Then the management and team, like mentioned earlier, you want to show your organizational chart, and then you want to show your most senior members of team. And in just not just listing, you not only want to list their names, but you also want to highlight the experience they have, where they have worked or what they have done, and highlight the experience they have that makes the most relevant experience they have that makes that answers the question of how would they deliver, how are they going to help this business. So you want to showcase their relevant experience. Then finally, milestones and financial projections. So you want to make sure that your milestones are specific and measurable. Use numbers as much as possible. Don't you put milestones of grow my business that say things like grow my business. Grow my business by what? By how many numbers, how many customers? Don't just say be profitable. What is that profit that you want to see? What's that number that you want to see in net profits? So make sure your milestones are specific and measurable. So another thing is, let your growth rates, because you're going to be, if you're generating financial projections, the financial projections are giving us a picture of how much you believe you are going to need to spend in your business, how much you think you're going to be able to earn from selling in your business this year or this period, and up to like 5 years out. So you're going to be able to need to account for how your costs will grow or how your revenues will grow year on year for the time periods that you're showing your projections for. So make sure your growth rates are true to market realities. So your price growth rates. Sometimes I've seen people put a price growth rate of 50% or 30%. And we're saying, how realistic is this? If your price growth rate is 50%, that maybe your unit is 100 Naira. That means next year you're going to offer your product or service at 150. Will your customers be happy with that kind of sharp growth in prices? So make sure that your numbers are true to market realities. They're things that are reasonable from a market perspective, and just ensure that you reflect your cost implications and of your marketing strategy, your production decisions, your cost profile. So with that, I would round up. Thank you all for your time and attention. And I'm going to hand over to Nadia for translations.
Thank you, Omumi. Então, continuando, ok? Continuando nos capítulos do plano de negócios, nós estivemos a falar do sumário executivo, dos dados da empresa e dos produtos e serviços, ok? A seguir nós vamos falar do mercado e da indústria, a análise do mercado e da indústria. O que é que deve ser posto aqui? Vocês devem fazer uma análise do mercado. Essa análise deve ser tentar mostrar o que é que realmente, qual é a tua visão da indústria que você atua. Atenção com a visão, quando tiverem a fazer esta análise, de serem o mais específicos possível, ou seja, de segmentarem o mais apropriado possível de acordo com a vossa realidade. Não tomem números globais, não tomem números regionais, mas tomem números que vocês sabem que realmente fazem sentido para vocês. Há também a análise SWOT, ou análise fofa, como é muitas vezes dita, que vocês devem fazer, que serve para quê? Para analisar o mercado, analisar o vosso produto, analisar a concorrência, analisar o que é os pontos fortes, os pontos fracos, as oportunidades que existem para vocês no vosso ramo de atuação. Quando vem para o campo operacional, o que é que vocês devem? Aqui é onde vocês devem olhar para a proposta de valor. Qual é a proposta? O que é que vocês vão trazer de diferente? Então, devem avaliar tudo. O custo de produção, tentar fazê-lo o mais baixo possível. Devem olhar para os canais que vocês deverão usar para conseguir atingir o vosso objetivo. Basicamente, vocês devem olhar para tudo operacional, inclusive o plano de marketing, o plano de produção, a projeção de venda e tudo isso. Quando nós falamos de equipa, nós temos que olhar para vender o máximo possível a nossa equipa. Ou seja, para além de um organograma mostrar quem é que opera, nós devemos também ter um perfil de cada um dos colaboradores. Nesse perfil, tentar vender ao máximo as experiências, as qualificações e habilidades que cada membro tem.
para que tornar nossa equipa poderosa para dar valor ao nosso negócio e mais chance de nós termos sucesso. Depois nós temos os marcos e as projeções financeiras. Aqui vocês têm que ter marcos, objetivos que queiram atingir, tentem ser o mais concretos possíveis no objetivo, não por objetivos muito vagos, e também tentem não ser exagerados, sejam realísticos, que em relação ao crescimento financeiro, que em relação às projeções, sejam realísticos. Não ponham números só à toa para parecer bonito, porque os investidores, os bancos, eles conhecem, entendem disso e vão sempre olhar para o vosso plano de forma negativa, se vocês assim o fizerem, ok? Então, basicamente é isso que deve aparecer no plano de negócio, tá? Foco, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, nous allons donc nous porter sur la 4e section de votre business plan. Cette 4e section doit pouvoir parler du marché et de l'analyse de l'industrie, du secteur où vous vous trouvez. Il est question ici que vous puissiez faire une analyse des forces, de vos forces, faiblesses, opportunités et menaces. Ça, c'est l'analyse de votre environnement. Il est question aussi que vous puissiez bien définir quel est le marché dans lequel vous vous trouvez, sa taille, son potentiel, et de bien évidemment segmenter afin de pouvoir définir clairement qui sont les destinataires de vos produits. Donc, pour ce qui concerne le plan des opérations, dans le plan des opérations, il est question que vous puissiez indiquer quel est votre plan de production, quels sont les différents éléments qui rentrent sur la production ou la réalisation, la transformation de vos produits afin qu'ils soient acceptables sur le marché. À ce moment, il faut aussi voir quel est le marketing, le plan marketing correspondant, quelles sont les stratégies à mettre en place afin que le produit soit disponible au sein de la clientèle. Et de voir aussi le plan de vente, quelles sont vos simulations de vente, quels sont vos objectifs en termes de vos objectifs commerciaux, qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire comme chiffre d'affaires au fil des années et comment est-ce que vos produits vont être distribués, comment les produits vont quitter de l'entreprise, de l'usine jusqu'à l'atteinte de la cible sur le marché. Ça, c'est votre réseau de distribution. Bien évidemment, vos produits doivent respecter certains critères. Le prix doit être bas, le produit doit être disponible et accessible par le public. Donc, pour ce qui est de l'équipe de management, de l'équipe de gestion, vous devez bien évidemment faire un organigramme de votre projet, un organigramme de votre entreprise, en tenant compte de tous les profils, des responsabilités des personnes que vous allez recruter. Quel est leur salaire? Quel est leur plan de carrière? Tout ça doit être défini dans le plan de présentation de votre équipe. Et pour finir, il est question aussi de présenter les étapes importantes. Et pour cela, vous devez faire des suivis. Par exemple, chaque trimestre. Donc, ça fait 4 fois par an, vous faites un rapport de vos activités. Vous devez aussi déterminer quelles sont vos recettes et comment est-ce que ces recettes vont croître dans la durée. Et pour cela, vous devez définir des objectifs qui sont SMART, donc des objectifs simples et mesurables, facilement atteignables. Et bien évidemment, vous devez déterminer les budgets de votre entreprise. Donc, on vous remercie pour avoir été attentif. Thank you, Omoyumi. You have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, Omomi. Thank you, Foko, and thank you, Nadia. It was an amazing and insightful session, and I hope everyone took notes because this is a very critical session, especially for your growth on the program, most especially because you're going to be developing a business plan, and it's very critical to understand all of these elements to be able to come up with a compelling business plan that you can share with prospective investors that most likely will want to invest in your business. So just so we don't also waste time, we'll go quickly into Q&A. Once we're done answering a few questions, I will just address a few issues around the program and then we would end the program for today. So for Q&A, I have a few questions that people have been asking or sending in the chat box. So once I share the question, Omoumi would be gracious enough to answer the question, and then we would have Foko and Nadia translate, just for the benefit of other people in the program across Africa that do not understand English. So I will take the first question very quickly. And there's some questions that I would have to address myself, because Omoumi may not necessarily, be able to address it. Maybe questions around the program, around templates, etc. Okay, so the question is, can someone do well in business without a regular business training? I don't know if that question is for more me, but I think I can answer that question. So it is very critical to be trained, even as an entrepreneur. Training and learning can't be overemphasized. It is very, very critical, because I always tell people, you can give someone 10 million naira to start a business. If he doesn't get the required training, support, and advice, you can blow that money in a month and you can't even account for it. And you can also give somebody 500 naira, and with the right training, with the right support, with the right advice, you can convert that money into millions of naira. So it is very critical when you're about to start your entrepreneurial journey to take trainings, because you don't know it all, especially for people that have business ideas. It's just an idea. You do not know how to implement. You do not know how to launch or run a successful business. So it is critical, alongside getting funding, to also get the necessary training and mentorship as well, because these are people that are experienced, that have been in this journey. So they know, the right steps to take. They know what to tell you to do. They know the best advice and support to give you as you start your entrepreneurial journey. So I think I don't know if I've been able to address that. I don't know if Omomi has any one or two things to add to that question. So I'll just hand over to Omomi to also speak to that question. Thank you.
Okay, so I think you've touched a lot of points already. As already mentioned, so when a business it requires technical skills, it requires managerial skills, it requires managerial skills. You already have a lot of that. So if you're a catering business, you already have a lot of that. If you are
Hello, Omoumi, are you there?
So I think Omomi is experiencing some technical glitch now. So over to you.
All right. As I was saying, so as a business, you require your technical, and to run a successful business, technical and business management capabilities. A lot of entrepreneurs already have a lot of technical skills. By technical, that is how to build, the knowledge of how to build the good or develop the service that you are going to sell. You typically start by having a lot of that. But it's one thing to know how to build to sell. It's another thing to know how to build to manage the impact of that selling, because as you're selling, you are generating money. You need to know how to use that money that is coming in. Does money automatically go into buying new equipment? Does it automatically go into buying raw materials? Does it go into training? So you need to understand the decisions, that how you're going to make those decisions on the money that is coming in. You also need to understand when you expand and you have to hire people, how you're going to manage those people. There's a specific way you manage people to get the right level of performance. So all of this comes from business management training, and it cannot be overstated that management training is important for you as an entrepreneur. Business management training is important. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Omomi. So we'll quickly move to the next questions. We may not be able to answer everybody's question because I have a lot of questions, but we'll address the very key and important ones, and we'll try and curate frequently asked questions so that you can go through those questions and most likely find all your inquiries addressed in the frequently asked questions. So I'll just hand over to Foko and Nadia quickly to translate what Omomi has mentioned. So basically the question is, do I necessarily need training before launching or running a business? Over to you, Foko and Nadia. Thank you.
Ok, donc merci. La question qui se pose là maintenant, c'est la question des candidats qui demandent si la formation est importante lorsqu'on doit lancer son entreprise. Donc, on va dire que de façon globale, la formation est toujours importante lorsqu'on doit lancer son entreprise parce que ce soit par exemple auprès de la fondation, les fonds qu'on met à votre disposition, $5 000 pour ceux qui arrivent à un certain niveau, c'est des fonds qui doivent vous permettre de mieux démarrer votre entreprise. À ce moment, cette formation que nous faisons, c'est une formation qui vous permet de comprendre facilement le monde des affaires. Parce que pour beaucoup qui n'ont qu'une idée d'entreprise, ce n'est pas toujours évident de démarrer une entreprise. Il faut savoir par quel bout commencer et comment continuer. Donc, la formation qu'on vous apporte à travers le TIF, c'est une formation qui vous permet de mieux comprendre le monde des affaires. Et il faut dire que même pour ceux qui ont été en affaires pendant longtemps, ce n'est pas toujours évident. Donc, la Fondation a pris le soin de mettre ensemble un certain nombre d'éléments très importants qui vous permettent, quand on vous forme dessus, ils vous permettent d'être des entrepreneurs à succès dans l'avenir et de ne plus faire les affaires telles qu'on l'a vu par avant. Et puis après, les gens font les affaires, après ça ne marche pas. Donc voilà globalement ce qu'on peut dire. La formation, elle est importante. Over to you, Nadia.
Thank you, Foco. Bem, agora estamos na secção da perguntas e respostas. Houve uma pergunta de alguém que queria saber se a formação é importante para se abrir um negócio. A resposta que foi dada pela Ibucon e pela Olumi, basicamente o que elas disseram, é o que já era de se esperar, é que é importante uma formação. Por que é importante formação na área de gestão de negócios? Porque você pode ter todo o dinheiro do mundo, pode ter $1 milhão. Se não souber gerir este negócio e montar um negócio, não souber gerir esse negócio, você pode falir. Já é provado, muita gente faliu. Muita gente com formação e muito menos dinheiro conseguiu implementar o seu negócio e levar o seu negócio a bom tempo. Portanto, formação, de saber como gerir o negócio, saber as técnicas certas é importante. Não basta ter dinheiro e saber fazer a coisa. Eu, se sou cabeleireira, sei fazer as tranças, tenho dinheiro para montar o salão, mas se eu não saber gerir, eu posso falir. Portanto, formação é importante. Essa é a mensagem que deve ser.
Okay, thank you very much, Nadia, for that translation. So my next question is, how do you talk about your team when your business is still in the idea stage? So over to you, Momi. So give us an answer to that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bikram. So the expectation is that even in joining this program is that even though your business is still in idea stage, you have spent some time thinking about how you're going to make that idea a reality. And even if you're not able to speak in detail about who is on your team, you should be able to at least give a sense of understand what skills you need on your team. And the skills you need on your team will be based on an assessment of the gaps you see. Say, for instance, you understand that to run a successful business, you not only need development skills or production skills, you need financial management skills, you need people management skills, you need, depending on whether you're a technology-driven business, you might need software developers. So you assess your own skills as an entrepreneur at this stage. What do I need to do in my business that I do not have the skills, I don't have the capacity for? So that means I'm going to need additional people. So you'll be able to talk about your team by explaining the fact that currently it's just me now, but my intent is to hire someone with these skills, with financial management, software development, what it is, what skills you see that your business will need based on your assessment of your skill gap. So Foco, thank you.
Ok, la question qui se pose maintenant, c'est celle de savoir comment parler de l'équipe alors que l'entreprise n'est pas encore créée, alors qu'on en est qu'à la phase de projet. Donc, ce que vous devez savoir, c'est que la formation qu'on vous donne, c'est une formation qui vous permet d'être prêt pour accueillir les investisseurs. C'est ça la formation qu'on vous donne. Donc, on vous indique comment est-ce que vous devez vous comporter afin de pouvoir lever les fonds, afin de pouvoir avoir une entreprise prospère. Donc, pour cela, il est important que même en phase d'idée, dans la réflexion, que vous puissiez mettre en place tous les plans qu'on vous a indiqués. Ça peut être le plan de production, le plan d'exploitation, le budget prévisionnel, tous les chiffres qu'on vous dit. Pour cela, vous avez besoin d'une équipe déjà pour faire ce travail Et ensuite, vous devez indiquer les compétences futures. Quel est le profil des personnes avec qui vous allez travailler? Forcément, pour votre entreprise, vous aurez besoin des compétences financières, des compétences sur le plan commercial, des compétences sur le plan des ressources humaines, bref, les compétences liées à la technicité de votre entreprise. Le business plan, donc, c'est ce jeu-là, c'est ça le but de la manœuvre. Le business plan vous permet de dire aux investisseurs et à vos partenaires comment est-ce que vous allez faire quand l'entreprise sera créée, en indiquant donc les personnes avec qui vous allez travailler. Cette personne peut déjà être là ou non. Ce n'est pas important. Tout ce qui est important, c'est que vous devez parler d'eux. On a besoin de ressentir que vous parlez de quelque chose que vous maîtrisez. OK. Beaucoup, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Foko. Thank you so much. The other questions we have is really pretty much around the program. So I'd like to say thank you to Omomi for this insightful session. We really appreciate you and we thank you. And like I mentioned earlier, I hope a lot of you have taken down notes and, you know, have listened to everything Omomi has touched on today around developing a compelling business plan. And please, you can go back to our YouTube channel to watch this particular session again. If you missed out on anything, you can go back to YouTube to watch. So thank you, Omomi, and we hope to have you again next year to host yet another insightful masterclass session. So thank you very much, Omomi. Before I hand over to Foko, I will just basically just address a few issues around the program and a few questions that have been coming up. So for the business plan, yes, we're going to give you a template, and that template, you would get that template on Monday. We're going to send it to you via email and also send it via the Telegram group. So this takes me to the Telegram group. So if you haven't joined the Telegram group, please, it is very important that you join that group. Basically, that's the go-to platform where we would share information around the program, next steps, aside from emails. A lot of you do not get our emails. I don't know why, but I've gotten complaints from a few people that they don't get our emails. So please, we sent the link to the Telegram groups in the different languages. Kindly click on the link to join so that you can follow up with all the information and next steps around the program. Very, very critical. I'll hand over to Foko to quickly translate that, then I will move on to other program issues. Thank you.
OK, donc on a remercié Omoyumi et puis on continue avec certaines inquiétudes que les participants ont, comme par exemple le canevas de business plan. Donc, on va vous envoyer le canevas de business plan d'ici lundi. Vous aurez ça par email et aussi dans le groupe Telegram. Et on se rend compte que beaucoup de personnes ne sont pas dans le groupe Telegram. Bon, sans comprendre pourquoi. Les liens pour le groupe Telegram ont été envoyés à tout le monde par email. Donc, regardez dans vos emails et on vous a dit, généralement, il faut regarder dans vos spams ou des mails indésirables. Souvent, quand la fondation vous envoie le mail, ça peut aller dans vos spams. Il faut donc regarder, checker. Donc, on vous recommande vivement de rentrer dans les groupes Telegram pour les différentes langues. Plusieurs groupes Telegram ont été créés. Allez dans vos emails et cliquez le lien pour entrer dans le groupe Telegram. Ceux qui n'ont pas de groupe de Telegram sur leur smartphone, téléchargez Telegram et rentrez dans le groupe parce que c'est par là que la fondation va beaucoup plus communiquer avec vous. On va te dire beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Foko. So I will just take the points that have been, coming up in the different WhatsApp groups, their email, one after the other. So it's just a reminder to please complete your modules and your assessment. And you are allowed to take your assessment just twice. So once you take the assessment twice, we would take the final score, whichever score you have, but the highest score, we're going to take the highest score basically, and that's the score that will be recorded for you. Once you do the test twice, you are not allowed to do it again, which means you've exceeded trials. Very, very important. So, and the test doesn't expire. You won't just have access to it anymore once you exceed the 2 trial limit. So very, very important. Attendance for all our master classes is also very, very important and compulsory, because this is where you get the desired learning. Aside from taking the modules, watching the videos, it is critical and important that you attend these master classes because it would help build your skill set, especially for people that have business ideas. So it is very, very critical. And I realized that a lot of people started filling their attendance yesterday. That attendance link has been nullified and cancelled. I have uploaded a new link, and I uploaded it a few minutes before the session started. So please, and we have sort of marked the number of people that attended this session. So please do not share this link to anyone that did not attend the session, the live session. We will find out from back end if you share the link. And if you did not attend the live sessions and you fill the survey, we would also know. Very important. So this survey is just for people that attended the session, because everybody has things they're doing. Everybody wants to learn. So if you're here spending time to learn, you deserve to fill that survey. Do not share with anyone that is not on the live session. If you do share, we will find out from back end. And if you do send to anybody, or you feel and you were not here, we would also find out. Very important. So just click on the icon on the YouTube channel, click on show more, and you will see the links. And sorry, there was also an error with the link to the English FAQs. We will correct that, and we sincerely apologize for that error. We would correct it and upload the new link so that you can access the FAQs and read through. That's basically it around attendance and completion. So I'll just hand over to Foko to quickly translate, and then I'll move on to other things. Thank you.
Ok, donc l'autre chose qu'on va vous expliquer pour ce programme, ce sont les évaluations. On vous l'a dit, les évaluations, vous pouvez les faire 2 fois. Et quand vous faites les 2 fois, c'est votre note la plus élevée qui va être considérée pour le calcul de vos performances. Dans les évaluations, quand vous suivez vos vidéos, vous suivez vos cours, vous lisez les cours, il y a les quiz. Vous faites les quiz pour pouvoir vous évaluer, et c'est la note la plus élevée que le système retient pour le calcul de votre performance. Donc, l'autre chose, c'est les fiches de présence. La fiche de présence se trouve dans l'endroit, dans la description sur le site, sur YouTube. Vous devez juste cliquer sur « Voir plus » et vous allez pouvoir accéder à la fiche de présence. La fiche de présence a été modifiée et une nouvelle fiche de présence a été mise en ligne. Il est donc important que vous soyez présent pour les sessions en direct. Et il vous recommande une chose, de grâce, ne partagez pas le lien. Ne partagez pas le lien, on va vous évaluer sur les performances. On recommande à tout le monde de suivre les sessions en direct. Si vous partagez le lien de la présence, on le saura, parce que ce sont des questions qu'on pose, on le saura. Il est donc recommandé pour ceux qui sont en train de suivre la session maintenant, de cliquer sur la fiche d'évaluation en la langue de chaque candidat et vous remplissez. La nature des questions permet de savoir ceux qui n'ont pas assisté. Donc, si vous partagez le lien à d'autres personnes et que ces personnes remplissent, ça sautera aux yeux, on saura qu'ils n'ont pas suivi la formation, ça c'est clair. Donc, ce qu'on dit, le lien n'est pas à partager, il y a un nouveau lien qui a été généré et ce lien-là est déjà disponible. Parce que c'est important de suivre ces formations afin d'avoir les compétences requises pour être un bon entrepreneur de demain. Over to you, Ibukun.
Thank you very much, Foko. Thank you. So moving ahead quickly, also, I would like to address the issue of submitting valid phone numbers. So in the attendance sheet, you're meant to give us your valid mobile number. And I realized that the last time we had the onboarding session, a lot of people did not give us the valid phone numbers, and that's a red flag from the foundation. If you're unable to give us your valid information at the beginning of the program, I don't know why people do not want to share their valid phone numbers. I don't know if they don't want to be reachable, because we take those things very seriously, and it's very, very important that you share your valid phone number. And there's a reason why we're requesting for this information. So we would also keep track of everyone that has been filling the attendance and is not submitting their valid phone numbers. We would keep track across the 6 weeks program. Once you're done and we see a repetition of your name in all attendance that you don't, you would usually not provide your phone number, we would take action. What the action will be, I will not say now, but this is just a call to action. Please, when you're filling your attendance, kindly, fill in your valid phone numbers. And if you also give us a number that is invalid, we would also track. If we see that you've been consistent doing that, we would also take action. So this is more or less like, just mentioning this, just sharing this. So it won't be a case of, oh, I wasn't informed, I didn't know about it, I didn't think it was necessary or important to provide my number. It is very important and it is very necessary. Also, to address the issue of business registration, it's just standard business rules that you, as an entrepreneur that is ready to launch and run a successful business, you need to be investor ready. It is very important. I can't overemphasize this. You should have a business registered, even if your business is in the idea stage. Start the process of registering your business, because investors will not wait for you to start registering your business, start looking for a name, start opening an account. They're looking for people that are ready, that once they see your business plan and they see that the business is viable, they are ready to give you funding immediately. They're not ready to wait for 4 months, 3 months while you're processing your registration and trying to get your documentations, trying to open an account. Investors do not wait. And the foundation is also an investor, because, we're looking into your business. We want to see how viable your business is, and we want to invest in your future. So it is critical that you start the process of registering your business. It doesn't really have to be that you're waiting for funding from the foundation. It could be funding opportunities elsewhere. There are a lot of developmental organizations that are, coming up with different programs around, empowering African entrepreneurs. So, it's just critical that you're ready, right? We're not forcing anybody. We're not saying it's a must, but it is just important that you start that process now. So I hope I've been able to pass that message across. I would hand over to Foko now to please translate to French, and then we'll move on to the other points and we'll end the session. Thank you.
OK, donc, autre chose qu'on a remarqué, c'est qu'il y a des candidats, des participants qui remplissent la fiche de présence, c'est-à-dire le survey, mais en mettant des faux numéros. On ne sait pas pourquoi ils mettent des faux numéros, des numéros qui ne sont pas valides. Donc, on vous dit de grâce, veuillez être sérieux, mettez des numéros où on peut vous joindre, parce que ça va se connaître. Si vous mettez des faux numéros, le fait qu'on a par exemple 6 sessions d'informations comme celle-ci, et au fil des sessions, on peut vous tracer et savoir si votre numéro a changé entre-temps. Donc, c'est vraiment un point à éclaircir. On ne sait pas pourquoi certaines personnes mettent des numéros qui ne sont pas valides ou bien des faux numéros. Donc, l'autre chose, c'est concernant le registre de commerce. Ce que la Fondation vous recommande, même si votre projet est à la phase d'idée, vous devez créer votre entreprise et avoir un registre de commerce. Vous devez être en règle avec le monde des affaires, les lois des affaires de votre pays, quel que soit le pays d'Afrique où vous êtes. Pourquoi? Parce que vous avez plusieurs opportunités. Il n'y a pas que la fondation qui vous finance. Il y a d'autres organismes qui peuvent être intéressés par votre projet et qui peuvent vous financer. Donc, quand vous créez votre entreprise, c'est votre entreprise, ce n'est pas l'entreprise de la fondation. Par conséquent, on ne pense pas qu'un investisseur viendra attendre 3-4 mois, le temps pour vous d'être prêt, d'ouvrir un compte bancaire, de créer votre entreprise, avoir le registre de commerce, être en règle avec le fisc et ainsi de suite. Non, ce n'est pas normal. Donc, à travers cette formation qu'on vous donne, à travers ce programme, on vous encourage à créer vos entreprises et d'être prêt à accueillir les investisseurs, parce qu'on ne sait pas où et quand ils peuvent venir. Ça, c'est pour votre intérêt. Et on le redit bien, ce n'est pas uniquement votre entreprise, quand vous la créez, ce n'est pas uniquement pour recevoir les fonds de la fondation. Ça peut recevoir les fonds de tout autre partenaire autour de vous, de tout autre bailleur de fonds. Donc ça, c'est aussi un point qu'il fallait éclairer. On vous encourage vraiment à être prêt à accueillir les investisseurs à tout moment. Ibuku, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Foko. Thank you so much for the translation. So I've touched on Telegram, in the importance of joining the Telegram group. Also, we've gotten a lot of complaints from people saying, oh, they can't log into TF Connect. If you forget your password or you're unable to access using the password you were using previously, kindly click on the forgot password and reset your password. It's pretty easy. It's a straightforward process. And, as you click on each button, it gives you the direction of what to do next. So very critical. You don't need to send several emails to us. You can just click on forgot password and, just reset your password and access your TF account. And then also For the lesson, a lot of people are saying that they can't access the text. You just need to click on next. There's nothing wrong with the text version of our training, and there's nothing wrong with the video version of our training. All you need to do is just follow instructions. Once you're done with the video and you feel, or you still want to read, or you still want to get more learnings, just click on the next on the button. It's an arrow, the next button, just click on it and it takes you to the text version. So pretty much easy. There's really no issue around the platform. The platform is working smoothly. And if there are any issues, please send an email to enquiries@tonyelmelufoundation.org. That is the go-to email address for all program related issues. Please do not send emails to any other email address. The only email address that is verified for the program is enquiries@tonyelmelufoundation.org. Very critical. Adora and I will be happy to respond to your inquiries. And please know that we get a lot of emails, hundreds of emails. So if we haven't responded to you, we're not ignoring you, and everybody is important on the program. I will take you guys seriously. We would respond to your emails. Just give us some time, because the emails are just coming in hundreds. So, and we have to respond to everybody. So apologies for the delay if we haven't responded to you. We will respond to you and we will resolve your issues and address your complaints. So I think I've been able to cover everything around the program. If we've not addressed any of your questions, we would collate the questions around the business plan, developing a compelling business plan. We will share with Omomi. We would prefer answers to those questions. We'll put it together in an FAQ and we will share in the email that we're sending on Monday. And that email will also have the template. So it's a 2-pager template, and you cannot exceed 2 pages. So which means your executive summary, just very brief and short, and everything around your business, from your marketing plans, operations, your milestone, financial projection, everything around your business. It shouldn't exceed 2 pages, very important. I'll hand over to Foko and then to translate, and we'll end the session. Thank you.
Ok, donc un autre point sur lequel on va revenir, c'est le fait que vous devez rejoindre les groupes Telegram. À travers la procédure qu'on vous a indiquée, c'est dans vos emails, les emails vont être envoyés. Il y a les groupes pour chaque langue, vous devez les rejoindre. Donc, l'autre chose, c'est TF Connect. Il y a beaucoup de personnes qui se plaignent qui n'ont pas accès à TF Connect parce que leur mot de passe ne fonctionne pas. Vous avez oublié. C'est que vous faites cliquer simplement sur le mot de passe oublié. Password forgot. Vous cliquez dessus pour pouvoir réinitialiser votre passe et réavoir accès à TF Connect. Donc, il y a d'autres qui disent qu'ils n'arrivent pas à suivre normalement les cours, que le bouton suivant ne passe pas. On ne sait pas pourquoi ça ne passe pas. Souvent, ce sont des problèmes de connexion. Et vous avez les groupes WhatsApp. Quand vous avez un problème, WhatsApp ou Telegram, écrivez dans les groupes. D'autres qui ont eu les mêmes problèmes avant vous vont pouvoir vous aider. Donc, le site passe normalement. S'il y a un souci, cliquez juste sur suivant pour pouvoir avancer et faire vos quiz ainsi que vos cours. Donc, pour ce qui est des emails, on vous avait donné une adresse email enquiry@tonyelmelufoundation.org. Ça, c'est l'email à laquelle vous devez écrire si vous avez des soucis particuliers. Mais toujours est-il que la Fondation reçoit des tonnes et des tonnes d'emails au quotidien. Et on prend la peine de répondre à chaque email. Donc, soyez patient. On ne vous ignore pas. Non, on ne vous ignore pas. Chaque participant est important à la Fondation. Et on fait tout pour pouvoir répondre à toutes les questions. Ça a toujours été comme ça, même les années antérieures. Et les difficultés que vous avez, on essaie de les collecter. Et plus tard, on va vous envoyer une fois aux questions. Ça veut dire que c'est un ensemble de questions que les gens ont posées. Et les différentes réponses, on va les faire et les partager avec vous. Aussi bien que le canevas, on vous a dit d'ici lundi, on vous enverra le canevas de business plan que Omolumi a fait aujourd'hui. On va vous les envoyer dans les différentes langues afin que vous puissiez préparer vos business plans. Donc, voilà pour ce qu'on pouvait dire aujourd'hui. On vous remercie et puis on va clore la session. Over to you, Ibukun.
Okay, thank you so much. And now we've come to the end of an amazing masterclass, developing how to develop a compelling business plan. And the next masterclass we'll be having will be the TOEWA series. We will share more information on that before the session next week. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for spending your time to join the live session. And please remember to fill in the attendance. The link is just down below on the YouTube channel. Just click on show more and you'll find the link to the attendance. Please kindly fill the attendance, very important. Thank you so much and bye everyone. We will see you again next week. Thank you so much, Foko. We appreciate your dedication, your support throughout the program. You're well appreciated. Thank you. Bye everyone. Bye.
Thank you.